So anyway, what happened was these two trains were supposed to switch tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and the one train that was oncoming,
Mm-hmm.
he had the right of way because he's in the oncoming direction.
Right
The
there.
train in the opposite direction was supposed to follow the signal
Mm-hmm.
to switch tracks, but there was no signal to be had.
Wow.
Whoever, yeah, and these are supposed to be automatic signals.
Right.
They found out was a faulty signal in the switching. That's what caused both trains to end up on the same track right at each other.
My goodness.
And it's a good thing. I say it's a good thing
Mm-hmm.
that more people didn't die, because there were like 3,000 people on those trains. It was like 7 to 8 trains, but it was like, you see how long those carrier cars were?
Yes.
They were huge.
They didn't have time to say Mayday or anything like that. There was no time for any of
Yeah,
that.
Amelia, what happened was they were on I don't want you want to say like what would you call like a rise above, like an elevated platform, maybe you want to
Yes.
call it that?
Oh yeah, yes. I see what you're talking about. Way above the ground so much. So
Yeah, it was kind of like an elevated rail line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I looked at the pictures and I went, "Oh my God, there's 5 trains on the ground."
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
And 100 and it was how many? It was 100 and forget how many people. 100
close to 200 almost, but not close.
Yeah, quite not quite. It was.
Mm-mm.
I want to find out how many people died in that,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that they didn't all die. I know that.
Some injuries, but some casualties.
Yeah, there were a lot of injuries. I'm going to find out because I'm curious now.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was just so tragic.
And it's rare because that was in China.
Yes.
And they hardly ever have. These trains were huge.
Yeah, and that's what people depend on transportation over there.
My God,
or
yeah.
bicycle, or they walk everywhere. That's the
Yeah.
main transportation.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay, 40 people died.
Oh my goodness.
But wait a minute. It could have been much worse.
Yes.
40 deaths and 172 injured. Guess what?
Mm.
And I'm not being facetious when I say this. They're lucky.
Yes.
There was only 40 people that died.
Very, very lucky.
It could have been 500 or 600 if you looked at that. What I just saw, those pictures.
Yes.
Oh, I told you the picture.
If it had been the other train, I think it would have been more disastrous. I think
those train cars were 60 feet long.
Mm.
That's a big piece of equipment.
Very
crazy. Anyway, so how you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, you ready?
It's been a long day.
You want to sit here and really?
Let's go live.
Maybe we'll just not go on the air tonight. We'll just sit here.
I think we already have been.
Nah, we got to go in. Well, of course, it's your show. I'm over telling you.
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yes.
Well, you're the boss tonight. You tell me if you want to.
Let's go live.
I'm going to close this puppy down and have an ice cream bar.
Listen to him. Let's go
okay.
live.
We'll go. Here you go.
Hello, everyone. Another episode of The Big Mouth. Joining me today, of course, is the, let's see.
The other big mouth.
I would say that. I would say you probably did that a lot yesterday after your show last night.
Oh my God, you don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
We'll talk about that. It's too early in the show to get aggravated.
Oh, let's see what it says.
Oh
7 o'clock
my God.
Eastern
How you
time.
doing, kid?
And good, good. How are you
I'm
today?
fine. It's your shoe. You go ahead and talk. I'm going to shut up for a while.
It's 7 o'clock to Eastern time in Florida, where I'm at. It's 4 o'clock Pacific
Amelia,
time in
what time is
California.
it in Los Angeles?
It's 4 o'clock Eastern time. Well, no, it's Pacific time
What
over
time
there.
is it in Chicago?
It is, let's see, 6 o'clock, I should
You
say.
got it. What
Um,
time is it in Sri Lanka?
I have no idea. I'm just over here shivering in my room today.
It's 5:30 tomorrow evening.
Already.
Yes,
I
in
don't.
Sri Lanka.
I don't think I want to have
And
tomorrow yet.
most
I'm still
people are
enjoying
saying,
my
where the
day.
hell is Sri Lanka?
Good
It's an
question.
island in the middle of nowhere. And I mean to tell you, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Uh,
You know what happened
mm-mm.
about 20 years ago? This is true.
Mhm.
The island of Sri Lanka almost disappeared.
What happened?
A tsunami hit it.
Oh dear.
No, I'm not even shitting. Like a 200-foot wave
Oh boy.
hit the island, and this thing came out of nowhere.
That would be
And
weird.
that island disappeared for about 3 days. And finally, when all the water receded,
hmm
everything grew back more beautiful than it was before.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even. People say, "Oh, Angelo, you make this shit up." Really?
No, he doesn't.
Go.
People trust me.
No, I really do a lot
No,
of
he don't.
research.
He does. He does a lot of research
Go
for my show,
online
his
and
show, our show we do together.
yeah,
He does.
go
Yeah.
online sometime and do this.
Mm-hmm.
Sri Lanka tsunami,
Mm-hmm.
and look at the pictures. You will be blown away. You'll
Yes.
be blown away. It's
Yeah.
remarkable.
It's
So,
been.
what do you got planned for me tonight? Because
I think we're
we
gonna
don't
do a
really
lot
discuss
of
a lot.
rants
So,
and rambles today.
all right, good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you going to bitch about tonight?
Well, let's see. We have a lot to actually, because I think a lot's been happening since the core of the Earth's been spinning backwards.
You know what?
Lots
We
has been
talked.
happening.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Amelia.
hmm
I'm going to turn serious for half a second because
Yeah.
last night I had, our friend Bible scholar Kevin Schopel was here. I also had my very dear friend, the guy that married Anita and I,
hmm
Pastor Steve Kwakowski,
hmm
and we were talking about that. That came up, believe it or not, in our
Yes.
discussion last night was, oh man, that was a heavy one.
It
Is
was.
God
I watched
real?
it.
Did you watch that?
I did. I saw
Yeah.
an interesting little segment you
Yeah.
showed. I want to talk about later on. I want you to
Yeah.
re-show that if you can. But
Sure.
I saw Pastor Steve get really emotional last night.
Pastor Steve got very emotional last night. That man had tears in his eyes the whole show.
Mhm.
You can watch that, by the way,
Mhm.
on YouTube, on our Facebook,
Mhm.
wherever you can find our show on video.
Yes.
It's there.
Mhm.
Of course, most people know that we're a radio program,
Yes.
but we do have a minimal visual support.
Mhm.
We don't really promote
Mm-mm.
our show as a, like a must watch or must see. Like
Mhm.
a lot of podcasts do that. They have video. They go,
Right.
you must watch this. It's a must
Mhm.
see. We don't do that. You know why? Because we
No.
don't give a shit.
No.
We care about our radio audience. Let me just rephrase that.
No, we love
me
our radio
rephrase-
audience. We love our video audience, but
Thank you. I wanted to rephrase that. We love our audience, all of our audience.
all of our audience.
It's not that we don't care,
Mhm.
but let's put it this way.
Mhm.
We don't rely on YouTube and video.
Oh, YouTube's got. Mm-mm. I
Because
got a few words for
Amelia and
YouTube.
I have serious, I would say, what do you think? Can we say serious issues with YouTube?
Yeah.
Like they get under our skin?
Oh, they've gotten already under my skin several times already. They don't want to hear
Oh,
what I have
by
to
the
say about
way,
YouTube.
I have to tell you,
Mhm.
we did a show with Mary Ann Howard and Ann Walsh. We did the Beatles.
Mhm.
During the course of that show, I played a video clip from the Ed Sullivan Show
Mm-hmm.
where the Beatles were.
Right.
Okay, I heard back from Apple Music
Mm-hmm.
because it's the Beatles label is Apple.
Oh, uh-huh.
Apple. I heard back from Apple Records.
Mm-hmm.
They said, and they were very nice about it. They said, "We're so sorry, but we must do this. Um, you made a compelling argument for your video,
Mm-hmm.
but we still must keep the strike in effect."
What?
But what? Yes, but let me tell you why they did. It wasn't because of the Beatles' performance.
Mm-hmm.
It was because the Ed Sullivan Library has a copyright on that clip.
Oh.
So, and they're absolutely right. And I accepted, on behalf of us, I accepted the dispute,
Mm-hmm.
and I let it go. So, okay, no harm, no foul.
Mm.
So, I mean, the video is still there if you want to watch it.
I.
But they didn't hit us hard. Let's put it that way.
My goodness.
Anyway, so what's on your mind tonight? What do you want to talk about?
Well, there's been a lot of stuff happening. Like a lot of whales have been washing up offshore. Of
It
course,
happened yesterday,
yeah, can you believe
right
that?
here in New Jersey. We had 2 whales and a dolphin in the course of 8 days.
My goodness. And
And you live in Florida. You live
yeah.
in a coastal town, right? How
Mm-hmm.
far are you from the beach?
From where I live, about 20 minutes. You could be here from here to Tampa. There's not too far from
Okay, so
Orlando.
you're not far from the beach.
Not
Okay,
at all. The fish
I
have been
live
washing up too. So,
I live like 45 minutes from Atlantic City.
mm-hmm.
That's the closest beach. Okay,
Yeah.
I have Atlantic City, Wildwood, New Jersey, Cape May,
Mm-hmm.
all beach towns, different resorts. Ocean City
Mm-hmm.
is very close by, um, and up and down the coast from the tip of the state at the lowest point is Cape May, New Jersey. From there all the way up to Atlantic City,
Mm-hmm.
2 whales and a dolphin washed up in 8 days. Not to mention the whale that beached itself up near New York
Mm-hmm.
in Monmouth County, New Jersey. And you and I should talk about this. What's going on that these sea creatures are coming to shore?
I think it has to be something underneath the ocean. It has to do with the core
You
stopping
and I
itself and
talked
returning.
about that
Yeah.
before. Remember when we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about the rotation of the Earth?
Yes.
Tell everybody what happened. I'll keep my mouth shut because
It
it's your
happened
show.
to where it
And
did
I
the
always
core.
end up taking over your show, but
No, that's
because
okay.
but
Because
no, see, it's not okay. You're supposed to say, "Hey, MadDog, shut up. It's my turn tonight."
well,
Go
what
ahead.
happened is we did find out that the
Plus,
core of
my
the Earth.
wife will probably give you $10 if you did that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
And neither say, Amelia, tell him to shut up.
Only if she tells me.
Right?
I have to have her permission first. What happened is we did find out that the core of the Earth did stop for just a second, and then it started rotating backwards. So ever since then,
Yeah.
we did find out that a lot of things did start happening, which is very weird. And of course,
Yeah.
fish and a lot of stuff, sea life started coming up offshore, and a lot of other things have been happening as well. Not just
Yeah.
that, the satellites have been acting weird.
Unusual stuff. Very
Cable
unusual stuff.
TV, internet stuff. Internet's been acting
Yeah.
weird. Cell
Oh,
phones.
it affects everything. See,
Yes.
people don't. Let me explain to people.
Mhm.
This is like something because I'm like a kind of like a nerd in this area.
Mhm.
When Amelia says that the Earth's core stopped for a second,
Mhm.
what she means is it stopped for like a whole fucking day.
Yeah. But
It
to us, it's like a
stopped,
second.
but
For us.
in time, it's like nothing.
Mhm.
But it was like a whole day.
Mhm.
When it started back up, very interesting stuff started happening. The Earth's core reversed its flow.
Mhm.
It was going from, now think of it this way. Think of you're holding a baseball in your hand, okay? And you're turning the ball from left to right, right?
Counterclockwise.
Right, exactly. Well, what
Mm-hmm.
happened is now the Earth's core is going clockwise.
Mm-hmm.
It completely reversed its flow.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to explain it that way. How it happened, nobody knows. Why it happened is still a mystery. But we
Oh, I
mentioned
think
it
they
on.
know, but they're not
Mm,
telling us. I think the government knows, but they're not going to tell us.
Well, I think that and I'm with
The
you on the
conspiracy,
conspiracy thing. But
yeah.
here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely agree with you there, but I think that there's a very profound spiritual connection here.
Yeah,
We
that's what I was
mentioned
getting
it.
to.
We mentioned it on the show last night with Pastor Steve
Mm-hmm.
and Kevin Schopel. Now, why would we do that? Because it's a very unusual occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
And since that occurrence, Pastor Steve brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
He pointed it out very beautifully.
Yes.
God's children are waking up.
Yes.
They're waking up. People are waking up.
Absolutely.
Whatever happened in the center of the earth that was going this way is now
Mm-hmm.
going this way. Whatever happened there is a such a major big deal. We can't even comprehend it.
No, we cannot.
I want people to understand something. When the earth stays still, bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Planes fall out of the sky and people die. People with pacemakers
Mm-hmm.
die. People with electronics die. Bad things happen to good people.
Absolutely, they do.
And there's nothing you can do about it if the earth doesn't move again. I literally think, and you think I'm crazy, I think God put his hand on the earth and said, okay, time to shake things up and wake things up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think God turned the earth the other direction. Now, tell me I'm nuts.
He's probably saying, "Hello, I'm right here."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, tell me I'm crazy.
No, I think it's because, and also to a lot of strange things have been happening out here paranormally as well. Like
Oh, man.
yeah.
Well, did you tell people yet about what happened to us
No, I
last
was
night?
gonna actually. That's a good segue to what I was gonna have you
Oh,
tell
yeah.
people what happened on your show yesterday.
Oh, I'm going to, wait, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me set this up. Okay. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
understand this.
Mm-hmm.
When I have a guest come in my studio,
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure that everything's right.
Yes, and Anita was helping you last night, helping get the camera ready.
I had, my wife was here. We were doing a sound check.
Mm-hmm.
She sat in the chair to make sure that we had a good, like a visual, good
Mm-hmm.
picture, a nice, solid background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We set everything up. We did a sound check. It was perfect,
Mm-hmm.
flawless. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw this. Watch this stuff.
Take a look at this, folks.
Now, you see the name there. It says Pastor Steve Kwiatkowski,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I put his name on there because that's where he was going to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he sat. And you see my name is on the other side because
That's where you'll
my
sit.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
That's my
pay
spot.
attention, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a green screen right there.
It's a green screen.
That's
all it
just a
is.
green
Yeah.
screen. Mm-hmm.
That gives, in other words, that green screen gives Pastor a background.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you're not looking at my basement, my
Right.
studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And somebody
Well,
be
it's only
sitting there.
part of my basement is a studio. The rest of it's a basement.
Right.
So watch this. Here's the thing, folks,
Uh-huh.
and I want you to just follow me on this. You're seeing activity on that camera. Nobody was there.
Looks like somebody's like moving and talking or something.
Looks like I said it last night. It looks like somebody's trying to come in
Uh-huh.
from the spirit realm.
Like
It looks
some
like somebody's trying to materialize.
mm-hmm.
There was never anybody there.
That looks
Not
like
until,
hands or something right there, and maybe like you see like maybe like like that, like like I'm doing this, but like somebody's coming in, like a
yeah, but
ghost
there's
or
nobody
something.
there, Mill.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Nobody's there. Looks like a oh wow,
Yeah, I'm gonna really take a look at this. Watch.
spiritual.
There's nothing there,
Mm-mm.
and this went on for like 3 or 4 minutes. This
Wow.
is not a couple of seconds.
Mm-mm.
This was like, I'll tell you how long this was. This was like 3.5 minutes long.
Wow. Look at that, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
clip,
It's
you know. So I
if
mean,
it
that's the kind of crazy stuff I'm talking about.
yeah, and
You
for the
know.
people that are just listening, it's like a phenomenon just right there trying to communicate with Angelo,
And
like
it's
a
funny. I'm
spirit.
going to share something with you.
Hmm.
After we went off the air last night,
Hmm.
it's so funny. It's not funny, haha. It's like
No,
funny, strange.
like oh my gosh, funny. Yeah.
Pastor Steve said yesterday, before he came here,
Hmm.
he saw a black shadow cross his front porch.
Wow.
Okay. Now, this is a man of God that doesn't believe in superstition. Okay.
Hmm.
And he's telling me that a black shadow ran across his front porch
Oh my goodness.
and there was nobody there.
Hmm.
So the Pastor Steve thinks that there's some really strange spiritual stuff going on.
Yes.
I have to agree with him. I can't explain everything. I don't know what everything is,
Hmm.
but I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that we need to pay attention to.
I think so too because as I was telling you the other day, because my house it's got central air and it
Hmm.
stays really nice. The whole house has been really nice, and
Yeah.
the front of the house is really nice, warm, just right. I come back
Yeah.
to my bedroom and it's so cold in here. Like right now,
Yeah.
I'm like freezing. And the other night, as I was sleeping, something woke me up and I saw something go across my bed.
There you go.
And it's still here. Like right
And,
now, I'm
and
like
was
freezing.
was any person in the room?
It was just me.
Just you.
Just me.
Nothing but you.
Just me.
Okay. We just lost our friend Charlie Norris.
Hmm.
Charlie Thunderblood Norris.
Hmm.
We're doing a show about Charlie tomorrow.
Hmm.
I'm wondering, this is just me talking out loud. I'm wondering if Charlie maybe isn't paying you a visit because Charlie liked you.
No,
And I know you liked him.
he's a really sweet, sweet
You
person.
guys you're sweet on each other. Let's just be honest. You guys were sweet on each other.
Yeah, he was a
And
really sweet person.
yeah, Charlie's a good guy.
Hmm.
But I'm wondering, Charlie was a very spiritual guy. He
Yeah.
may very well believe that
Hmm.
he needed to come and comfort you.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
the spirits may have sent his spirit to to
Yeah.
comfort you.
Because I think
Because
tomorrow's
I
gonna
know
be a
you
very
were
sad
upset when.
episode.
Yeah, I know that when I told you that Charlie passed away, I know you were in a bit of a
I was
shock
like, whoa, yeah.
because
It's
you
gonna be a
talked to
sad
him a
day.
couple times a week, didn't you?
Well, no, not really. He told me, he said, you know what, I'm gonna text message you like on Facebook so I can get the hang of it. So that way I can learn how to use Facebook a lot. And I said, sure, that's fine,
Yeah.
And so send me, like I'm gonna send you a picture. And I said, okay, sure. And out of the blue, he sent me this picture. He says, guess what? They're gonna make a t-shirt. I'm so
I have that.
excited.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
That's a shame that
mhm.
they never got to do that.
No, he was so excited. He was so
You know
happy.
what? Why don't we? Let's not say too much. I'll tell you after
Mhm.
when we get off the air.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Yeah, and so
I got
that's
an
been
idea.
happening, spiritually, and all these train crashes have been going on, and these plane crashes have been going
Oh
on,
yeah, how
and
about that one in China?
that is weird.
How about the plane crash in Texas? Tell everybody what happened there.
Yeah, it was these. It's like was it like a liner jet or something like that
No, it
coming
was
in and
no, I know which one you're talking about. No,
mhm,
this was at an
mhm.
air show. This
Air
was at
show.
the
Hmm.
Dallas Air Show.
Yeah,
There
and
was an old antique. I'm guessing what it was like a World War
two.
II,
Yeah, that's it. World War II plane, and
a World War II bomber, or like a
yeah,
an old beautiful, beautiful,
yeah,
and it
having
was
fun and
restored in a beautiful
hmm
condition.
hmm
Well, out of nowhere,
hmm
I mean, when I say out of nowhere,
yeah,
I mean out of
people were like, "What?
nowhere.
What
This
happened?" Yeah.
plane comes flying in the middle of the. You see this airplane, a small
Hmm.
private, like a
Like
prop
one
plane,
engine plane
a
just
one, yeah, twin engine plane, and it just
yeah,
crashed into this
yeah,
airplane,
going
and
full
the whole
speed
thing
ahead.
blew up, and
Hmm.
it came down to the ground.
Hmm.
I don't know. I pray that the pilot got out.
Hmm.
I
Because
don't
they
know if
have eject seats, right? Something like that. Those planes
yeah,
still
I
did.
don't know if they ejected it in time. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. Maybe we want to find that out.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some investigation on that to find
Yeah,
out
because we're
more.
going to do a show on the Dallas plane crash.
Hmm.
The Dallas Air Show is what it was,
Hmm.
and then we're going to do a deep dive investigation into that and
Hmm.
the um, the
Hmm.
Chinese train derailment
Hmm.
that killed like over 40 people
Right. And I think
and
there's,
injured a
and I
lot more.
believe also there was something about a submarine, I think, as well, or something like that, with some Navy or something
Hmm.
like that. I'll look into that more a little bit, but
Yeah, I
I
don't
have,
know because I know what you're talking about, but
mhm,
I like whenever you're dealing with the military,
it's
they
a
tell you
little
what they
bit
want.
different, but yeah, it's just,
They only tell you what they want you to know.
mhm,
Okay, and you know
yeah.
how that goes.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then all these crashes and shootings going on recently too, all these nightclubs still, or just these shootings of schools, things like that. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
we don't know what to believe lately. So it's the government. We
yeah,
don't know what that is. Our conspiracy theory in me is going to be finding out a lot more about that. So it's just so much
yeah.
going on. It just
We will definitely do the deep dive on
mhm,
Blunt Talk or
mhm.
what's the buzz.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just to
we'll
me.
save it for one of those shows.
Mhm.
We'll either that or the round table.
Yeah, it's just more of a deep discussion in that,
Yeah,
and then yesterday's show, it just to me, I just felt so bad for Pastor Steve. Like he couldn't get a word in edgewise.
I know. Well, you see, when you got here's the thing. You have a pastor. He's a priest. Okay, he
Mhm.
knows the Bible inside and out. What happens is you have a person that's not a priest
Mhm.
who also knows the Bible. Sometimes what happens is it's a game of like one-upsmanship. Like, I know more than you do. So I'm
Good.
going to talk more.
Uh-uh.
And at one point, I didn't think he was going to stop talking because I was looking at my guest pastor Steve, going, "Is he going to let you talk?"
I was about to jump through the computer and say, "Shut the up."
I'm surprised you didn't join the show. To be honest with you,
I was
I
gonna
came
say,
this close to saying, "Amelia, hop in the studio,"
I was like, "Excuse me." I was about to go all Vicky
because I know you
Guerrero
were
on him
watching.
because he kept
Were you
saying,
watching or were you
I
listening
was
on the radio?
watching. I was watching because
Oh, okay.
I was just about to like, what upset me the most was like, well, if you have any questions, read the book. I'm like, oh, if I have any questions, read the book.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
right.
don't. I was like, excuse me. That's why I went all Vicky Guerrero on him. If I have any questions,
And
shouldn't
that
be.
was very unusual. I never saw Kevin like that.
I was like, if I have any questions, shouldn't I ask you first or ask a
Yeah.
pastor first?
You know what it
Hello.
is? And I gotta be honest with you, he seemed, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong,
Uh,
but he seemed to me like a little bit. aggravated, like that he
Pastors,
had to share the show with somebody. Now, I'm
um,
not talking about Pastor Steve. I'm talking about Kevin. Seemed like he was a little annoyed that there was another guest on the show. Because whenever I bring him on, he's usually here by himself. He's usually the only expert. We had two experts on last night. We had a priest.
well, I wouldn't call him an
I
expert. I
would say a
call
priest is an expert. What do you
I would
say?
say Pastor Steve was the expert on the show.
Well, yeah, that's you made my point for me. That's my point. Yes, he's a priest for crying out loud.
Pastor Steve was the expert.
Who I've known him for a very, very long time, and trust me, Pastor Stephen Kwiatkowski does not have a filter
No.
because he's half Italian and half Polish. Okay,
Yeah. So
God bless him.
So Pastor Steve,
His
I'm
father
so
was
sorry.
Polish, his mom's Italian. That poor kid had it. He was screwed coming and going.
Pastor Steve, I'm so
I
sorry
love it.
about the
I'm
show
so
last
proud
night.
of him. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. He's right up the street from my house.
I'd like to invite him back for the God question.
He
again,
said
but just
to
by
invite. I
himself.
wanted to tell you. I knew I had something to tell you.
Mhm.
He said he'll come back anytime you call him.
Absolutely. I have an idea of a show that I wanted him to come back to, and I'm gonna call him on that show, so he'll be hearing from me.
Run it by him.
Yes, and
You
of
know,
course,
I'm good with anything you do.
Okay, good, because I
know?
think I have an idea for for him to come back very soon, and
Okay.
also to talk to him about last night's show.
I got news for you. Steve will come back every week if you want him to.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
He'll be our
And
third
he
person.
lives. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Mhm.
He lives 30 seconds
Mm.
up the street.
Oh,
I could
good.
walk to his house.
Say,
Okay.
come on.
Do you understand how far he is?
Good.
He's about this far, okay?
Mhm. Good,
Like
because
if
you'll need the exercise.
I could sneeze right now and be at his house before he says, God bless you.
Good.
Okay, that's how close I am.
Good, because you'll get the exercise and say, come on.
Absolutely. So listen, I
Mhm.
got something I want to bitch about.
Sure.
Now, you know me, I'm not one to bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you do.
You know what? That's it. You and my wife are both they're both in for it now. Okay.
Anita.
Right? Yeah, exactly. All right, so I got some. This has been on my mind, and
Okay.
I'm a little pissed off about it.
All right.
Couple things.
Okay.
All right. I want to start with the little pet peeve first, then I get because I'll graduate to the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a problem with people not saying what's on their mind when they really want to say something. If you got something to say, isn't it easier to say it?
Yeah.
Instead of beating around the bush and like taking an hour to say something you could say in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I hate that. Okay. It's not that I don't like it. I hate it. Okay. I hate when somebody takes an hour to say something they could do in 5 minutes or 5 minutes or less.
Right.
All right. Like it took somebody like 20 minutes to say something to me that was on their mind. Okay. I said, well, why don't you just come out and say that? Well, I was afraid of how you might take it. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I said, do I give a shit about hurting your feelings?
Was that me?
No, it wasn't. You know, listen, smart ass. No, it wasn't you. You're gonna. Oh, you're cruising for it. You really are. No, it wasn't you. I don't talk to you like that. Jesus.
No. Because I remember something. Because I didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
No, but here's my point though. You know me. I'm very upfront.
Right.
Sometimes I got like no filter. Sometimes I'm too upfront, and then I got to come back on the air and apologize for for hurting somebody's for somebody being too sensitive. Okay. Right. I'm not a real sensitive person when it comes to shit like that. Because here's the way I look at life. It's going to take you 30 seconds to tell somebody to fuck off or I love you.
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to take you a half hour to work them up to where they're going to hate you for sure.
Right.
So just take the 30 seconds to be done with it. Okay? Just be
Exactly.
done with it. Just if you got something to say, Angelo, you pissed me off. I want you to know you pissed me off. Okay, I'm so sorry I pissed you off. What can I do to make it better? You see how easy that was?
Right. Instead of
I
painting the
said that
picture.
whole thing in less than 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I didn't have to sit there through the 20-minute recitation and
Mm-hmm.
drama and listen to the violins and music in the background going,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
and then explaining the whole picture and just instead of
Yeah,
telling you. Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The second thing that I hate, and this is going to be my opportunity to bitch at every lousy driver in America.
Oh
Because
yeah, go for
all
it.
of you piss me off, okay?
Especially foggy
Cars are
times.
built, Amelia, when
Mm-hmm.
you drive a car, okay? Cars have a right turn signal and a left turn signal.
Right.
They got lights in the front, they got lights in the back. Okay. It takes no time whatsoever to flip that little turn signal
Mm-hmm.
and tell you if you're going to make a left or a right.
Right.
Okay. Use it. If you have a car, asshole, if you have a car and you can't make up your mind if you want to go left or right, pull over to the side of the road, think about it to yourself, make a decision, and then get back on the road and make your left or your right.
Right.
But don't be in the left-hand lane and decide at the last minute, oh, I need to make a right. Because that happened to me.
Mm.
It happened to me yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
A guy in the left-hand lane, far left-hand lane, decided, oh, wait, I want to make a right over here. He was in the turning lane to turn left.
And it
Okay?
got right in front of you.
And cut me right off. Cut me right off.
Mm.
Right in front of me. I'm sitting here and he went, like, right. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Mm.
I almost went after him. I almost
I
drove
would
after
have.
him.
I would have. We went after somebody that just
Yeah.
hit us barely. I said, follow that car. And we did. We followed him right to the grocery store. And he's like, well, what are y'all following me for? I said, because you hit us back there. That's why. We
Yeah.
followed him. We did.
Good.
We did. And then what I
Yeah.
hate is like when there's a going a straight lane or going a turn right lane and they block both. That's what I
Yeah.
hate. I was like, don't block
Absolutely.
them.
Look,
Mm-mm.
this was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I took my wife to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Luckily, today, she drove herself. It was
Mm-hmm.
good. It was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I took her to work, dropped her off, give her a kiss goodbye, and I said, okay, I'll pick you up at 2:00.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to pick her up. She works literally, Amelia, she works,
Mm-hmm.
Anita works 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes from the house.
That's really, really
Okay.
good.
It's 4 miles
Mm.
from my front door to her office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It takes about real driving time, maybe 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to drive because
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of work traffic in the morning.
Yeah.
But in the afternoon, there's nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nobody. I could be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, because of the time of the
Except
day.
yesterday, it took me 20 minutes because I had to pull over. I was so aggravated. I had to pull over.
Mm.
I was shaking. That's how angry I was. Okay. I had to pull over and calm down because I was going to hurt somebody. This guy, all I wanted to do. I'm going straight. I'm at the light. There's an amusement park. We live near an amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
There's the amusement park is on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, there's a turning lane, and
Mhm.
there's a drugstore, CVS drugstore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You can make a left, or you could go straight,
Mm-hmm.
or you could pull into the parking lot where the amusement park is.
Mm-hmm.
Most people go straight because the amusement park is closed. And why would you go into a closed amusement park
Right.
unless you just need to pull over and take a piss and get back in your car? I mean, whatever. I'm speaking out loud. I've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's got his turn signal on like he's going to turn left. And out of nowhere, he comes in front of me. I'm like, you son of a bitch. What the fuck is this shit? And then I'm going after him. I'm following him real close.
I would have too.
Then he goes the good part. Then he starts to speed up like he's trying to get away from me now. Now, you guessed it, Amelia, the chase is on. Okay? He got this close to getting punched in the face, okay? That close. Because I was livid. I had to pull over. I was like this. I was shaking. I had to pull over. I said, I'm going to hurt somebody. I had to calm down, Angela. Calm down. You know? What would Jesus do? He probably punched him in the face. No, I'm sorry, Lord. I mean, maybe you might too. I don't know. But anyway, that's my pet
if
peeve.
you've seen my son kind of looks like Jesus because of all the hair and the beard. One time, my son was driving, and so I was in the back seat. Of course, Jeff was in the right passenger side. So we were driving. Of course, there's a lot of traffic, and there was a big old Ford truck. Those big Ford trucks. So we were, I guess, behind it at first, and then it cut in front of us. So Joseph was driving, so he got mad. So the truck ended up getting behind us after all. And so Joseph got in front. A lot of traffic. We stopped. Joseph got out the driver's side. Mad. He went to the Ford truck, pounded on the window. Hey, you, what are you doing? I was like, oh, wow. Gosh. Road rage. Everybody was looking.
Road
You're
rage.
You're going to do that again? Because you're going to do that again? Everybody was just watching. We're by a gas station. Everybody in the gas station pumping gas was like looking around. I'm like, oh boy, what's going to happen? I hope he doesn't have a gun. And he just looked at my son like, at first, it's like, okay, nothing, man. Everything's okay, man.
Oh, I got news for you. Wait a minute. If you got a gun in your car in New Jersey, you're going straight to jail.
Oh, but
straight to jail. They don't want to know nothing. You're going to jail. Goodbye. But
luckily, nothing happened. He goes, okay, man. Sorry, man. Everything's okay, man. I guess it was a younger guy. He was real skinny. And, of course, my son's pumped. Like that. He goes, everything was okay, man. Sorry, man. So Joseph got in the car. Yeah. He's like, okay, I'm fine. So we drove away. I was like, whew, nothing happened.
Unless you've got a carry permit, you're going straight to jail if you got a gun in your car. In this state, they don't play here with guns because there's too many fucking guns in the state.
So he's like, he's like, everything's okay, Mom. Everything's okay. So he got in the car and went home. I was like, whew, thank goodness everything was fine. So, yeah, imagine my son getting out of the car, pounding on. He was pounding hard out. I was like, okay.
He should have grabbed them through the window and punched their face in.
He almost did, but luckily the door was locked.
Hey, man.
But I was like, okay.
So what are your pet peeves? What do you want to bitch about? I've been on all the bitching tonight. So
no, I mean, I was like today at work. Oh my God.
This is your show, The Pigment. By the way, folks, let me show you Amelia's beautiful new logo. You're going to love this. Check this out. See that? Oh, hold up. There we go. There it is. There's the mouth. This was modeled after Amelia's mouth, by the way.
He keeps saying that. I have a little one. See? See a little compared to that one?
Right? No, actually, people have asked me about that. That mouth, believe it or not, is a name from the past. That mouth that was the logo of the Morton Downey Jr. show. Morton Downey had a show called The Big Mouth because he was.
I see. People probably think
also Morton was very over the top. He was a chain smoker. He smoked. It was nothing for him to smoke 3 packs of cigarettes during the course of his show. During the course of a show. One show.
Imagine after. Not the beginning, after the show. Ooh.
I never seen anybody smoke like one after one. I mean, like one after the other.
A chain smoker.
I was like that for a little while when I was doing my wrestling show. If you go back and look at the old wrestling shows I did,
Mhm.
I had a cigarette in my hand all the time.
I know. I looked at the first one. I was like, "What? Wait a minute. That's."
Yeah. And I quit because my co-host Jeff the Ref
Mhm.
passed away. He was 42 years old. He
Mm.
died of a massive heart attack. But he was just smoked all the
Mm.
time. He
Yeah,
had other
that's.
Jeff. What the cards were stacked against him because he had a lot of stuff going wrong.
Mhm.
But his cigarette smoking was the worst of it,
Wow.
and that made me say, you know what, I got to stop. So
Yeah.
I stopped when my body said, okay, stop. I didn't stop when somebody said you have to stop now. You
You
got to
said it to
stop
yourself.
smoking when you're ready. That's another pet peeve I have.
Mhm.
I see. Did you ever smoke, Amelia?
I did for a little bit, yeah, but then I stopped when I found out I was pregnant with my son.
Okay. So, but you know how people can be.
Mhm.
If you have a smoker and you've got a non-smoker or a former smoker, is where
Mhm.
I'm going with this.
Mhm.
Former smokers are worse than people that have never smoked at all
Mhm.
because they will just ride you like the wind.
My mom used to smoke and she quit cold turkey.
That was me.
Yeah.
I stopped one. I just one day I
Mhm.
just put him down and said I'm done.
Yep. She said the same
And
thing.
that was almost 4 years ago.
Mhm.
Almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
This year it'll be this July it'll be 4 years.
Yeah. My mom's quit
I've
for
been
I don't know how many years already, but it's for her health.
The
And I
other
told her.
thing too was very strange. I thought I was in pretty good health, and
Mhm.
while I was smoking, when I stopped smoking, I found out everything that was wrong with me. People don't realize this, but smoking cigarettes will camouflage
Yep.
what's wrong with you.
Yeah, they will. They
It
will.
will, for real. I found out I had all kinds of shit going on that I
Yeah.
never knew.
Yeah, if
Right?
diabetic,
Oh
heart
wait,
disease,
the,
everything.
the sky's the limit on that. You
Mhm.
kidding? If there was an illness, I had it. Okay, I did. If there was an illness, I had it.
Yeah, it disguises everything, like you said. Even if you walk around too with somebody that smokes
Yeah.
around you, you don't realize how bad it smells, how bad your clothes smell. That too. It's
Let me
like,
ask you
oh
a
my gosh,
question.
it's like
What do you think of people who use marijuana to replace cigarettes?
I to me it's fine because a lot of people use it for recreational use. A lot of people use it for pain.
Right.
They use it to cope with other things. A lot of people replace it for that.
Well, and that's exactly where I wanted you to go
Mhm.
because a lot of people smoke pot
Mhm.
to replace cigarettes or to replace whatever is going on
Yeah.
in their life, to
Yeah,
help
and
them.
they
Some
to
people just smoke it to relax so they can sleep at night,
yeah, they do. A lot of people use that instead of
you
sleeping
know?
pills because it's better than to get addicted to sleeping pills.
I'll be honest with you, I had
Mhm.
a joint yesterday before Pastor Steve got here
Mhm. Yeah.
because I
Some
knew I
people
was
you
going
have
to
to
have
have it.
like a little relaxation.
Some people need it to relax or to help to sleep because people don't want to get addicted to pain pills or to sleeping
Yeah.
pills.
Oh,
Be-
I was there too.
Mhm.
I broke my back years ago.
Mhm.
I still broke, of course. It never, once you have back surgery,
Mhm.
that's it. You don't ever and folks, if you're listening to me, please,
Mhm.
if you have the chance to avoid back surgery, avoid it at all costs. Only get cut on if it's a last resort, because I will tell you, it was one of the worst things I ever did. I am
Right.
in pain all the time.
And do
All
not
the time.
get addicted to the pain pills that they give you for any pain, any
Well,
surgery
that's
because
why I
it's.
was smoking as much as I did.
Mhm.
I, that's part of the reason.
Mhm.
People don't understand that, but when you smoke a cigarette, it
Mhm.
deadens the pain.
Yeah.
It deadens the nerve pain.
Yeah.
Why? Because nicotine and tobacco and all the shit inside a cigarette, that's what it does.
Yeah.
It's an anesthetic. The people don't understand that.
No. A lot of people, that's why they smoke cigars
Nicotine
too.
is an anesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Yeah, a lot of people do that, or cigars, or anything like that they can't.
Yeah, well, cigars you don't really inhale though. You just chew, you puff on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you put them in your mouth and you chew on them.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of like a social symbol.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a cigarette where you're like puffing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Or
they'll schedule dental appointments like me and then have to go see a psychiatrist afterwards because of that.
Oh, what's that all about? That's crazy.
My God, that was my day today. That's what I have to bitch about.
You had to go. Wait. Whoa, you're not getting off that easy. Hold on. You had to schedule an appointment with a psychiatrist for what?
Because I had, oh my God, the worst day today with dental patients. I think they're the mental patients.
You had to see a shrink because you were dealing with dental patients.
All day.
Okay, I'm going to shut up for this one. Tell me this story.
Yeah, they were like, do you have appointments? Like, well, no, we don't have any appointments today, but you have to sign up on a wait list. That's what we have available. Why do I have to sign up on a wait list? They gave me you for my dental needs. And I'm like, well, we don't have anything available right now. That's what we're told to tell them. And here's the dental, here's the website. But I told you I have this. And I'm like, I apologize. We don't have anything. Well, I need this. And I'm like, I don't have anything. Well, I think you better be getting another fucking job because you're not good at this fucking one. And I'm like, what?
Whoa,
wait just a minute.
I'm on you.
Yes, they did.
Wow.
And you're nothing but a bitch. And I'm like, what? Wait just a minute here. Hold on a minute. I'm just doing my job here. I just
And you can't curse back at them, can you?
No, we cannot.
It would be nice if you could.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, wait just a minute here. And I was like, okay, I think I just need to see my doctor. Okay. So it's like, does Dr. Cameron have anything for today?
Yeah.
Like, and
Dr. Cameron and say, listen, squeeze me in or I'm going to kill somebody.
I felt like, and I was like,
yeah.
And that's pretty much my day. I kept getting cursed at, called a different curse words from A to Z. You cannot imagine.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just because, I mean, we were told to do certain things and we can't help it if we don't have appointments.
Yeah,
and
right.
We have 5 providers leaving. 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me come up on this commercial here. This is our friend Dan Emer, D.W. Emer, has an amazing book out called The Satan Gene. Take a look at this. What's Buzz Popcast wants to welcome Radioactive FM 88.6 in Wellington, New Zealand, Radio Perth, Australia, and RTL Radio 102.5 in Milan, Italy. Welcome aboard, and welcome to the Buzz. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com. And the Lawnmower 3.0, your balls will thank you. And so will we. Interesting commercial.
I know. It's like, okay.
Interesting commercial. How are your balls tonight? Well, they're a little hairy. I need to shave them.
Well,
I
they
got
get a
news for you. They've been with us for 4 years, and I never looked back. I did that commercial. I wrote that commercial. I performed it. I produced it. And when I played that commercial for Kyle at Manscaped,
hmm
he said, "I fucking love it. That's great. That's great. I love it."
I bet
So
it gives him a lot of business though.
yeah, it's a lot of business. Are you kidding me?
They
Go
like
on
the
their
voice.
website.
They like that
Wait,
deep voice.
oh man, they got their website is just crazy bizarre.
hmm
They've got a shaver for everything.
hmm
They
Yeah,
really
my
do.
son said he's gonna take a look at it. He
Yeah.
liked that commercial. He's like, I'm gonna take a look at that commercial. So see.
No, it's
mm
believe it or not, they're saying now
hmm
that if men groom themselves in the
hmm
bottom half there,
hmm
that they're healthier, their
hmm
hygiene is greater. Um, they release a certain pheromone that's
hmm
attractive to women. If you can't make this shit
hmm
up.
No,
Again, if people think that I'm bullshit,
no,
please, I'm begging you, please go to manscaped.com if you think we're playing.
no,
This is for real.
really.
This is all for real, man. You
Yeah.
know,
You gotta do your research. I mean, that's what
you
we do.
got
We do
to.
research before we do any show. All the research is done. It's put
Yeah.
on. You know, we'll put it on the air before we even talk
Yeah.
about it. We do slides or show,
Hmm.
videos. We do research, basically.
You have to.
Yeah.
Amelia, tell everybody what's coming up.
Well, actually, tomorrow, as we were mentioning, we were going to do a wonderful tribute to Charlie Norris, our wonderful friend. He's going to be missed, but
Our
he's up
friend
there.
Charlie Thunderblood Norris is a former professional wrestler, and he is a Native American.
Mhm. World
I
champion.
wish I remember what tribe he belonged to. What was his
Um,
tribe?
I cannot remember at this moment.
Yeah, me either. I just had a brain fart.
Mhm. But he was a guest on our show several times.
Yeah,
Gave a
he's been
lot of
here
wonderful advice.
4 or 5 times.
Mhm.
Um, it's funny too because whenever Charlie came here,
Mhm.
we never talked about wrestling.
No, always about his
Wasn't
subject.
interested in talking about. He wanted to talk about UFOs and
Bigfoot and
Bigfoot,
mhm.
government conspiracies, all the stuff
Mhm.
that we like,
Yeah.
right?
And he said, and the last time we talked to him, he said, "I'm gonna get a different phone so that way I can be on your show more often."
Yeah, he was. I
Mhm.
mean, the one time it was. Remember that time? I guess it was. We were doing a show on UFOs,
Mhm.
and he was in the middle of a snowstorm or a blizzard
Mhm.
somewhere. I was like, he goes, I hate this fucking thing. I said, I'm gonna call you from home as soon as
Mhm.
I can't get on this fucking thing. He's like,
And
we're
yep.
5 minutes into the show and Charlie's dropping F bombs.
Yeah, and he just like, and he said, "I'll be right home in about a few minutes, and I'll call you." And he never called.
Never, no, I said, take your time, Charlie. Well, he sure did because he never called back.
He never called back. I
I
don't know.
think he was just happy to get home and said,
Mhm.
fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna have a
Mhm.
drink. You
Mhm.
know?
He's gonna
What else
relax.
is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. And actually, we're gonna be talking on March the 7th. Is gonna have a show on transgender.
I would try to get Pastor Steve for that
Yeah,
show.
that's what I was gonna see if
Why
he
don't you
would.
give him a call?
Mhm.
I want to let you take care of that.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
on the next Big Mouth show on March the 8th, we're gonna do a show introducing Academy Award rants
Yes.
before
We're
the
going
Oscars
to
come
we're
on.
going to I think we're going to expand that.
hmm
Not only the Academy Award rants,
Oscars
the
and
yeah, the well that is the Academy Award. The
right,
Oscars are the
Oscars.
Academy
Well, I'm
Award.
gonna do a little bit because I want to see what they're
The
dressing. We're gonna talk
people's
about that.
People's Choice Awards,
hmm
the Grammy Awards. I'm not finished with
That
the
just
Grammy
happened.
Awards.
Oh, we gotta.
Oh, please.
That
I'm
one.
not finished with that one.
Mm-mm.
Don't even get me started
We
with
haven't even
that.
started that one yet. That
You
one, I
know,
have a.
Sam Smith.
That
I,
one I'm
I
upset
haven't
about.
even begun on that piece of shit.
he was one of my favorites. What
Bruh,
is gonna is
was,
was
yeah.
was
He,
and
for
then
whatever reason, he went from a clean cut image to just like flip the switch. Like, what the hell happened to
yeah,
Sam?
he was one of my
What
favorites.
happened to him was the Illuminati got to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, and another one too. It's like country singers too. They're getting to country singers, and I was surprised.
Amelia,
Not
nobody
one of
is
my
immune.
country singers. No,
Nobody's immune.
no.
I don't care if you're country, rock, hip
Mm-hmm,
hop, jazz, R&B,
mm-hmm,
heavy metal. I don't give
mm-hmm.
a shit what
Yeah,
you are.
but it's happening not just to rappers. Now we're seeing it's happening to
Oh,
every
wait.
genre.
We're
Every
going to
genre
do
that's coming out.
wait a minute. Wait. Now you got me started on something. Now you opened up the door.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
where I wanted to go.
We're going to do a show next month
Mm-hmm.
on rappers that are speaking out.
Yes.
And I got some clips that are very, very enlightening. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that Kanye West was telling tales out of school, wait till you hear some of these people. Because these
Mm-hmm.
guys got the 411 big time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I have a lot of respect for that man now. I
Absolutely.
understand where he's coming from.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
at first,
I said that before. So I never cared much for Kanye. It's funny. We
but
talked about that.
now,
I
yeah,
think you and I talked about it.
yes. And you opened my eyes when you showed me, and we talked
Yeah.
about it, and you actually talked to me, and you sat down and talked to me about him and what he
Yeah.
represented, and I was like, oh my gosh, you actually opened my eyes about that,
Yeah.
about him. And on the 9th of March, we're going to be talking about why are people so damn sensitive.
Oh my God, please.
That one is going to be a roundtable show because that
Yeah.
one is going to be probably a lot of F-bombs are
That's
going to be
going to
drawn on
be
that one.
that's definitely going to be a roundtable.
Yes, that
We
one's
may
going to be a
have to
roundtable.
might have to do a two-parter on that.
I think so.
We might have to start on the big mouth, and we may end up doing that. We
I
may
think we
end up
should do a
starting
two-parter on that one.
we
But
may end up starting on Wednesday and bringing it right into Thursday.
we could do
We
that, I think.
probably could too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a good show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do. Sometimes, folks, we just got to get on here and Amelia and I
Mm-hmm.
have a little bitch session and bring you into our world.
Oh yeah, because
So you know
you
what's
never know what we're
happening.
going to talk about, and it's going to get like that. But on March the 4th, I've been invited to be on a show, Shadow of Bassman, Saturday morning at 11.
Bassman.
Bassman,
Shadow of
sorry,
a bassman.
Shadow of a
A
Bassman.
bass man is somebody goes
As a
fishing.
fishing Shadow of Bassman. Excuse me, ladies. I'm gonna be
Bassman
with
plays the guitar.
Shadow of a Bassman.
Oh,
With
Mary Ann and Annie are going to love you.
I know, right? I was in a hurry to. I wrote real fast. That's what happened. For my thing here, and they were wanting to know if anybody wants to be on the show. They're inviting anyone to be on the show Saturday morning at
I'll come
11.
on.
Yeah, they're inviting anyone.
Really?
Yeah,
Can I come on?
of course, absolutely.
Don't tell them that Angelo is there.
Yeah, they want
know.
anybody to be on the show, and they have your questions.
By the
and
way, I have to give a shout out real quick, Amelia.
Mhm.
I have to give a shout out real quick to Ann Walsh.
Oh, okay.
I put on Facebook yesterday
Mm-hmm.
this movie that I wanted.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
she found it, and she
Fantastic.
bought 3 copies. One for
Wow.
her, one for Marianne, and one for me. So,
Because that's what you
Annie,
wanted. Yes, I saw
thank you
that.
so much. I appreciate it. I owe you big. I love you, kid. I love you, and Papa Bear loves you. Now, if that's it, I think that should be it for tonight. What do you think, kid? We're done.
That'd be great. Yes.
Well, then let's get the hell out of here and tell everybody good night and we love them and
Good
see you
night,
later.
everyone. We love you. Mwah.
Okay, bye.
Wait.